This chapter will be seeing about the Vrikshasura's previous, when he was Chitraketu, why he was lamenting.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranams. Hare Krishna. Let me share
Hare
this.
Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranams.
Krishna. Dandvat Pranam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhavatya Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So reading from Bhagavdam, we are going to read, let me see. So now Sukadeva, Parishit Maharaj will be asking question actually about the Vrikshasura's, how Vrikshasura being an exalted devotee internally, but externally in the demonic free feature, how he became like that. So that's what he is going to ask actually. And then we'll be reading about the Chitraketu's pastime actually, how actually that is he got benediction for to have a son, and then later on he will be that son will be killed by other wives, and then he will be lamenting, and then he will get a that is the guidance. Okay, so from Narad Maharishi. So that's what we are going to see here. King Chitraketu's lamentation. In this 14th chapter, Parishit Maharaj asks his spiritual master, Shri Sukadeva Goswami, how such a demon as Vrikshasura could become an exalted devotee. In this connection, the previous life of Vrikshasura is discussed. This involves the story of Chitraketu and how he was victimized by lamentation because of the death of his son. Among many millions of living entities, the number of human beings is extremely small, and among human beings who are actually religious, only some are eager to be liberated from material existence. Among many thousands of people who desire relief from material existence, one is freed from the association of unwanted persons or is relieved from the material contamination. And among many millions of such liberated persons, one may become a devotee of Lord Narayana. Therefore, that is Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Correct? That is a sloka in Bhagavad Gita. So same thing, it has been spoken here in this summary. So therefore, such devotees are extremely rare. Sudurlabha. Since bhakti, devotional service is not ordinary, Parishit Maharaj was astonished that an asura could rise to the exalted position of a devotee. Being doubtful, Parishit Maharaj inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, who then described Vrikshasura with reference to his previous birth as Chitraketu, the king of Surasena. Chitraketu, who had no sons, got an opportunity to meet a great sage, Angira. When Angira inquired from the king about his welfare, the king expressed his moroseness, and therefore, by the grace of the great sage, the king's first wife, Kritadyuti, gave birth to a son, who was the cause of both happiness and lamentation. Upon the birth of this son, the king and all the residents of the palace were very happy. The co-wives of Kritadyuti, however, were envious, and later they administered poison to the child. Chitraketu was overwhelmed by shock at his son's death. Then Narada Muni and Angira went to see him. So initially he got this benediction from having a son from Angira. So while Angira was giving this benediction, he told, so you will be, the son will be who is cause of happiness now. And then because of that, in future you will have a, it is a lamentation also. So you'll feel sorrow also. That's why Harsha Shoka, correct na? The name Harsha plus Shoka. So still Chitraketu, it's fine, I want a son. So then he gave. So when the child died, so he was not able to come out of that lamentation. So hence Angira took Narada Maharishi also there, and then he got what is that? The instructions from Narada Maharishi. That's how he will become a devotee. So this is the story of Chitraketu, wherein we'll be going to study about him, how he what are the things he has went through as a Chitraketu, and then finally how he became a devotee to the Lord. Okay, Venkata Narasimha Prabhuji, please unmute yourself, and then you recite the sloka, Prabhuji. And those who want to recite sloka, please raise your hand.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shri Parikshidvacha Rajastama Swabhavasya Brahman Vratrasya Papmanah Narayane Bhagavati Katamasi Dhrudamati. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Madhumay Krishnakant Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Pranam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Parikshit Uvacha Rajastamaha Swabhavasya Brahman Rutrasya Papmanaha Narayane Bhagavati Kasamasi Drudhamatihi. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prananandri Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम माताजी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री परीक्षित उवाच रजस्तम स्वभावस्य ब्रह्मन् रुद्रस्य पाप्मनः नारायणे भगवती कथम आसीत् दृढमतिः हरे कृष्ण माताजी थैंक यू माताजी
Thank you. Surya Prakash Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणामालु ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री परीक्षित उवाच रजस्तमस्य स्वभावस्य ब्रह्मन् रुद्रस्य पाप्नः नारायणे भगवती कथमासीत् दृढमतिः हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Chitna Mohini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम माताजी
Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री परीक्षित उवाच रजस्तमा स्वभावस्य ब्रह्मन् वृतस्य पाप्मनः नारायणे भगवती कथम आसीत् दृढमतिः हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू माताजी
Thank you, Mataji. Devdi Ratnagi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी प्रणाम माताजी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री परीक्षित उवाच रजस्तम स्वभावस्य ब्राह्मणावृतस्य पाप्मनः नारायणे भगवती कदामासीत् दृढमतिः हरे कृष्ण माताजी थैंक यू वेरी मच
Thank you, Mataji. Uma Kulkarni Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्री परीक्षित उवाच रजस्तमा स्वभावस्य ब्रह्मन् रुद्रस्य पाप्मना नारायणे भगवती कथम आसीत् दृढमतिः हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Shri Parishiktuvacha Rajastama Swabhavasya Brahman Vrittashraya Papmana Narayane Bhagavati Tatamashitridamatihi. Synonyms. Shri Parishit Uvacha, King Parishit inquired Rajaha of the mode of passion, Tamaha, and of the mode of ignorance. Swabhavasya, having a nature. Brahman, O learned Brahmana, Vrittasya of Vritsashura, Papmana, who was supposed to sinful, Narayane in Lord Narayana, Bhagavati, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Katham, how Asit was there, Dritha, very strong, Matihi, consciousness. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. King Parikshit inquired from Sukadev Goswami, O learned Brahmana, The demons are generally sinful, being obsessed with the modes of fashion and ignorance. How then would Vrikshasura have attained such exalted love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana? Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. In this material world, everyone is obsessed with the mode of passion and ignorance. However, unless one conquers these modes, comes to the platform of goodness, there is no chance of one's becoming a pure devotee. This is confirmed by Lord Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita 7.28. Esham mam antakata vapam jananam punya karmanam vedvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Persons who have acted piously in previous life and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated and who are free from the duality of delusion, engage themselves in my service with determination. Since Vritasura was among the demons, Parishit Maharaj wondered how it was possible for him to become such an exalted devotee. We'll do only one sloka because it has a continuation. Here we'll be speaking about Vritasura, but about his how he became pure devotee internal. Yesterday, Mataji was explaining very nicely, and then we were able to analyze, and most of the devotees have expressed their realization also, or the understanding how actually that is the consciousness is important, and then knowingly we should not do the mistakes, that is a sinful act. So all those things yesterday it was discussed very well, wherein Indra did the same thing, whereas Vrikshasura obliged to the will of the Supreme Lord. He accepted, even though he was capable, because his the form of Vrikshasura is being very gigantic, because he was looking till the sky itself, that much big, that is body actually. But internally, he being a great devotee, that was recognized at the end of that chapter. That is yesterday's chapter. Now, how actually it is possible? It's a very good question actually. Anyone will have. See, in Ashura form, actually you will have the Ashura qualities one. Like we have seen, that is Hiranyakashipu we have seen. Correct na? Hiranyaksha we have seen. So even Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu are also devotees. Correct na? They have been the Varpalkas of Vaikuntha Loka. But still, they came here and they totally forget the Supreme Lord. They were acting in the Ashura body itself actually. They were totally against Vishnu. So that is the difference between Vrikshasura and the Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha. So in the devotee form, how it is possible? It's not the natural, that is, it's not the natural way. A demon internally cannot be a devotee. So it was a very wonderful question by Parishit Maharaj to Shukadeva Goswami. How is it possible? So this tamasic and rajasic qualities and all are the qualities of a Ashura. Correct na? So but you are able to see that Sattva platform, Vishuddha Sattva platform from this devotee, and he is encouraging. So when he put his club on Indira, from the hand of Indira, Vajrayuda also fell down. And one moment he felt so, that is, he was trembling with fear. That means this Vajrayuda, whether it will be able to kill this Vrikshasura, which has been made for that purpose only. He got it out. Correct na? So, but Vrikshasura was very much definite, even though he was trying till the last moment to wage the war against Indra, but still he wanted to act as per the will of the Lord. So he was doing his duty and he was accepting the will of the Lord. So this both cannot be go in a hand for an Ashura. Ashura is not a person who will think about that. So that doubt he got, Parishit Maharaj got, and then he's submissively putting his question, his doubtful thing. So his guru, that is inquiring actually from Shukadeva Goswami. Demons are generally sinful. That is a category. They fall in. Most of the thing in the mode of ignorance only it will be. Fashion also will be less because the Rajoguna has the fashion mode of fashion, whereas demons will have majorly into the category of ignorance. But how could Vrikshasura has attained such a exalted love for Supreme? Because he became a spiritual master in the battlefield to Lord Indra. He was encouraging his to take up that Vajrayuda and kill me. So, as per the will of the Lord, it will never go fail. The words of Mahavishnu will never fail. So, it has been destined for that. So, I am ready to accept it. But get up and wage the war against me, even though he was fighting against Indra very strongly. So, that's the reason Parashit Maharaj got a doubt. So, here, so we can think about few scenarios where and all the tamasic nature also. That means like how I was speaking about Hiranya Kashipu or Hiranyaksha. So even Kamsa also. Kamsa always thinking of the Lord, but not in the intention, only in the enmity. So even Hiranyakashipu, that means he didn't like Prahlad Maharaj speaking, that is behaving as a devotee of the Lord. So he troubled multiple times, like he want to kill his own son only. So that much level he was ignorant actually. Whereas here, how come he's acting? So there should be some reason, na? So, and as we have also heard in the lectures, so who is Vritasura actually? Vrikshasura is the King Chitraketu, correct, na? He became an exalted devotee with the advice of, that means under the instructions of Srila Narada Muni. So that's what we are going to read now in this. So, the purport is very nicely given. In this material world, this one line is totally applicable actually. We are all inclined to this mode of passion. Many times we behave in the mode of ignorance. That means anger. Anger is also one of the characteristics. Here, being in the demon form, Vrikshasura is not at all showing that anger itself. Only the external thing and internal thing. We should not judge by only the external. We should see the internal part. So a devotee only can analyze this part. So everyone, that means based on the external thing only, for the materialistic platform, we always get a judgmental thing, how they behave externally. But internally, how the person will be able to analyze by a devotee. Because his perspective is based on the whatever he is doing, he will always think about the welfare of the others. And one more thing is they won't go for the judgmental thing. Whether the person is good or bad, that is the non-judgmental mode. At any point of time, devotee tries to help the other person. So that attitude is very, very important. Here, for killing himself, he is encouraging. Vrikshasura encouraged Indra. So no one will do like that. Because in accordance to the providence, actually, he accepted. So that acceptance is very, very important. Abiding and adapting the things is very, very tough for a normal person. So, but here Vrikshasura, in the form of Asura also he was doing. So our inner conscious is always related to this. It will always carry forward. So one thing we can analyze here. So from, even though we take another birth, whatever at the time of leaving, whatever conscious we have by leaving the body, that will be transmigrated to the another body. Correct, na? So how nicely it has been in Bhagavad Gita also. We have seen the sloka, like the aroma of the flower garden, how actually the air takes from one location to the other. That means it will be passing through like that. At the time of death, this Jivatma, that is transmigrates the soul from the current body, which is not capable of handling the current situation because the body is not in a position. Then it will leave the body and then to enter into the womb of a mother to take the another body. So the qualities, whatever we possess at the time of leaving, and whatever the desires we have at the time of leaving, we'll get the same type of body based on these inputs only. So here, Vrikshasura's birth, that is as a Chitraketu, he took the another birth as Vrikshasura, wherein his consciousness was a pure devotee. The same thing was as transmigrated internally into the Vrikshasura. So that was the thing, and he has asked the benediction also. He accepted the curse of Mother Parvati, but internally he prayed, na. So he should never forget the Supreme Lord. That's why at the time of leaving, if one is able to recollect the Supreme Lord and always remember the Supreme Lord, that will help a person to go back to Godhead. But he accepted the curse, that's the reason he took the birth. So even though he was not a, that is due to the misunderstanding, it happened. So Mother Parvati felt offense. So she felt offended, and then because Chitraketu laughed, that means sitting on the lap of Lord Shiva. So but Chitraketu was thinking, the great Shiva is the great renouncer. How can that is Mother Parvati also sitting, but still he was able to give the Bhagavdam class there. So that much detachment he was thinking. Still, he accepted. It was not the great mistake or something kind of thing by Chitraketu, but it was misunderstood by Mother Parvati, and then he accepted the curse. He didn't deny that. I didn't do mistake. But generally, we all try to prove ourselves if we have not done a mistake, and then we'll argue also, and the end, everyone has to accept us. That nature everyone has, because we are not trying to provide the solution. We are actually increasing the problem. The misunderstanding will be going even more depth. Okay? If something happens, the same thing will spread within the people itself. So that's how we are behaving. So one must learn how to handle the situation, and then how to have that anger management, acceptance things as it is, which may be that these qualities will come only for the devotees, because they are situated on the spiritual platform, not on the material platform. If a person is sitting on a material platform, he will not be able to analyze that. He will think only on the material platform, and every action will be based on the material platform. That leads to so many problems. So here in this, there is no chance. That means if a person is sitting in the mode of fashion or a mode of ignorance, they can't able to become a devotee, pure devotee. So pure devotee, that should be underlined. We can become a devotee, but again we'll be that is, we will be doing some mistakes also, which may hurt other devotees. Correct. So one should think before performing any action, whether what is the impact for the other people surrounding them, and to whom we are addressing also. So that's very important. Even though our part is not that mistake, if you try to forgive, one of the divine qualities which we have studied in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter. Yes, Prabhuji, I'll give you time. Please allow me. 1 to 3 slokas we have studied. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the divine qualities. And then forgive and forget that you are forgiven also. So that will help you to mold it. So fine-tuning your divine characteristics. Esham tva antagata papam jananam punya karmanam e dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. That means dridhavrata means so determined actually. So they will be able to, with more determination, that means our consciousness will be very strong. So in service of the Lord. Otherwise we'll have always the distracted mood. And then our mind will not be focused on the seva. We'll be actually wandering. So when we'll get that the strong determination is when you totally accept. That means when you are totally free out of the mode of fashion and ignorance. At least you should go to the platform of sattva, even if you are not able to do Suddha Sattva, but because it will be a step-by-step process. So ignorance to directly to Sattva Guna is no way possible. So only by the mercy of the spiritual master only one can able to, from ignorance to Sattva Guna. Like Mrigari, how he got instructions from Narada Maharishi and then he became a great devotee. Correct? Na? Ratnakar, how he became a great devotee. Like that, it will happen only by the mercy of the spiritual masters. Directly from ignorance, a person cannot go to the Sattva. But from Rajoguna, they can get elevated by practicing the devotional service. That will happen. Majorly, we are all the combination of passion and ignorance. We can't see any Asuras outside. All Asura qualities we only have internally. So that we only will that is demonstrate using the defects like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moga, Mada, Makshara, especially Makshara. So if we are having Maksharam, that means enviousness will be falling down. For that very best example, we can see always who is that? Duryodhana. If we are envious, we will be troubling others also, and finally we'll end up losing everything from our end, and we'll be falling down. So that will never elevate a person. So these dirts and all we need to get rid of from the heart by performing the devotional service with determination. That's very important. Shraddha, faith and determination. Very, very important. Then only we'll be able to come out of the duality of delusion. So otherwise we'll be always in the confusion mode, whether whatever steps we have taken is right or wrong. So whether we will win, because the target will be like as per our expectation. We should live as per the expectation of the Supreme Lord, like how Vrikshasura did. He accepted the death that is being killed by Indra. So one should have that attitude. So nothing is in our hands, and what is the destination it is going to come, we don't know. But we need to do our devotional service with full faith and determination. This is what we can see from this purport actually. Persons who have acted piously. So how this type of actions will be able to do is, at least in the previous Janma, some Sukruti we should have done. Or in this life also. If we have done something good, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated. That means they should be free from all the sinful actions. That means at least they should be situated in the Sattva Guna platform. So then they will be able to engage in the service of the Lord. So this is the condition. Everyone we are doing the devotional service, but how far it is purely being done is based on this quality only. So since Vrishasura was among the demons, he has taken the external form as a demon, but internally he had a devotional quality. So Maharaja Parshik was wondering how it was possible for him to become such an exalted devotee. Correct? So one cannot become an exalted devotee being in the body of a demon. So that means from his previous thing he has carried forward. So it's very good, that is one of the very good quality which we have studied also in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever material activities we perform, once we leave the body, those activities and whatever the sambandha we are having here, maybe I may be having 10 houses, all those things, everything will, all the materialistic opulence will get. There is no connectivity only. Only one thing is carry forward is whatever good things we have done, and even the sinful acts also, for the reactions we have to come back. So one should get free from the sinful acts and perform the devotional service. That is like a one-way communication. Once you have entered into that part, the destination will be the lotus feet of the Lord. So that should be the aim. It is this how the jiva has to take the call. If he is not inclined much to the devotional service, obviously they will fall down. Okay. So now I put forward to the platform. Surya Prakash Prabhuji, please go ahead. Actually. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please unmute yourself. Hare.
Hare Krishna Mata, Pranama.
Pranams Prabhuji.
See,
Yes,
here my doubt is,
Mm.
this Chitraketu is a great devotee of Vishnu.
Yes.
Because of the curse given by Parvati, he born as a Rash demon.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Next come to in the previous chapter, say I think 9th chapter, Tvasta, because Tvasta, the father of Viswarupa, because Indra killed Viswarupa, he performed an exam, yajna to kill the Indra.
Yes.
So because of his wrong spelled of this mantras and all that, Uttasa has born from the yajna, they say.
Mm.
But how could this way Uttasura remember his previous janma? Is it because of the Lord's blessings or what?
Yes, no
Yeah,
problem.
because he remembered that yes, I am a great devotee of Vishnu, so I want to die and go to the back to Godhead.
Yes. See,
He
Mother
want to.
Parvati
Oh.
cursed, but see, there is every cause and effect is from the Supreme Lord only. Correct?
Mm.
Na? What
Mm.
there is a reason, and that is that the outcome of that reason also is as per the will of the Lord. So
Yeah.
here the curses come, and that has been executed in the Vishwarupa's father's yajna. Okay, the outcome. So he also, because of that, when you do an action without any dedication, wherein he was in the anger mood, Vashina, because Vishwarupa was killed by Indra, he want to kill Indra. For that he did yajna. The
Yeah.
intention was. So
Intention was
obviously,
very bad.
yeah, it's for the bad intention. Obviously, with a bad intention, we'll get asuric qualities only. You won't get any the divine qualities. So intention also played role. And then Vrikshasura was born. But still, Chitraketu was a pure devotee. He accepted the curse. If he has denied that curse, that is different. He has accepted the curse of Mother Parvati and he took that form. So internally, his consciousness was what? He was a devotee.
Mm.
As we have seen in Bhagavad Gita, transmigration of soul. So he being a king, he is also a human being, na? So he was also a human being. And then internally his consciousness was in the pure devotional level. Obviously, if he has died, taken and he has left that body, naturally means he would have gone back to Godhead. That got delayed. So now he was happily accepting to be killed by Indra because he want to go back to Godhead and then perform devotional service to the Lord. He want to continue that. So that's the reason he is accepting that killing by Indra. Okay. So I think hope I answered Prabhuji.
No, yes, I agree with your statement. Mataji, yesterday's discussion was inconclusive. Huh? I am not.
No, it was conclusive only. See, only
Itla.
thing, yeah, see, the intention. If I am going to scold you, Prabhuji, for example. So first of all, even if I want to scold, what is the reason for scolding? And then I should think whether I am doing a right action or not.
Mm.
If I started unknowingly to scold you, and in between I come to know, you will give the explanation. Sorry, Mataji, I did like this only. Maybe your actions were not wrong, which I didn't understand. Because of my ignorance, I concluded that you have done a mistake and started scolding you. But later in the part, when I came to know that you didn't do mistake, what I should do? Okay, sorry, Prabhuji, I have done a mistake, a misunderstanding, and I should not continue that. This is small example. Okay, so if I come to know, and then I am continuing, still you are giving a very humble presence, and then explaining humbly to me, and it is not your wrongdoing also, and simply you are, and I am pouring my things means that is a wrong thing. That will incur sin only. Okay, like that. Here, Vikshasura actually, Vikshasura, even though in the demonic body and he being a devotee, he accepted the will of the Lord. Like that, Indira should have, once starting waging the war with Vikshasura, and he was receiving the lessons as a spiritual master, and he was able to analyze that he is not a in the Ashura form only, but internally is a exalted devotee. Then what he should have done? He should have surrendered to Supreme Lord, like yesterday Mataji was telling. Same thing. He should have prayed to the Lord, like how Arjuna was telling in the battlefield. He knows that the opposite party were aggressors. Still, what he was telling, it's better I can go and beg, I can beg them, take the arms, or I can get killed by them, even though I won't hold any weapons. Let it be. Even though they are aggressors, they are all the great people, which he was respecting. on the bodily platform. Even Bhishma was an exalted devotee, correct? Na? So like that, he was referring. So that, and then he was surrendering to Supreme Lord for the decision. What to do? I have surrendered. Ekam vacha, correct? Na? So ekam vada. So that like that, if Indra would have surrendered, gone back to Mahavishnu and told, he being an exalted devotee, and I was able to make it from his conversation in the body of Ashura. So if he had got surrendered to the Supreme Lord, then it is the problem resolution should be taken care by the Supreme Lord. It is not the problem of Indra. So it is the whatever the will of the Lord would have changed, and then you wouldn't have got this Brahmati dosha also. He could have.
Mataji, it's all Sri Krishna's plan. Because
No,
now,
Krishna
okay, I
plan
will.
is
Then
there.
my argument was that, but see, you said that, see, that is in a practical example. In the Bhautika, we can say, like, when you know that you are doing a sinful activity, you
Yes,
should withdraw it. Otherwise, you are punishable. But
yes.
here is all Krishna plan. So how can Indra go? Indra withdraws. So this Vrittasura, who will kill Vrittasura? He will become uh, the king of that Devatas, because ultimately, but Uttasara has encouraged him to kill it. It's all
Go back
restricted.
to
But
Godhead.
my point is that, see, Indra has killed him. He says that Brahmata. He performed the yajna. Who is the yajna bhokta? Again Mahavishnu. So he was relieved of these sins. Am I
Mm,
correct or not?
yes. But
Yes. That's
why did
why.
he get
So
now?
for a problem, there is a solution.
No,
So
no,
the
correct.
immediate task is for Indra is to kill Vitrasara. And Uttarasara has become a Shishya Guru for him. He was encouraging you have to do that.
Yeah, I come to your point. What is the intention of making this yajna by Indra? To get back his material opulence. Okay?
Indra is always, although he is a devotee, he also
See,
enjoys this,
one thing, Prabhuji. See, in the human form, why human form is more it is easy for the renunciation than the devatas?
Yes.
Can we retrospect that actually? See, they are the administrators of this world, and they have been given the duty to perform that. But still, they are on the material platform. That we should never forget. Okay, they also is situated their original character being on the sattva platform, but still these gunas play for them also. In many places, you could have seen Indra was always checking for when the saints are doing any tapas, he will go and disturb, because if they get qualified to his level, that is,
He is always afraid of his
Hmm.
throne.
then when what is that he is on which platform? Whether he is on fully on spiritual platform? No, he is on the material platform. So obviously his actions are all towards the inclination and the progress in the material platform. So when he has seen the Lord, he should have prayed actually. That means after losing, he has done a mistake by disrespecting his spiritual master. And then he lost everything to Ashuras. And he could have prayed, if it is as per the will of the Lord, I will accept it. He should have prayed. He should have left that Indra throne itself. Correct? Now we are able to detach many things. Being a
If
normal
that is the case, why Shiva and Brahma was kept
why?
away? They have not advised. Brahma
No,
is his
that's why
father, na?
Brahma is for ruling. He wants his
Yeah.
duty to be done. Okay. But is it the consciousness of an individual to take the call to analyze what is the good thing for them? It also plays, it is also applicable to Devatas also. Only thing the position is different. Human position is different and Devata position is different. We also have our duties and they are also having the duty. Okay. So only the duty varies, but duty is duty only. So what choice we are making is also very important. If we could have turned towards Mahavishnu, as per if it is the will of the Lord that I need to lose this throne, and then if it is as per your will, I will accept it. If he would have gone for that, I think the decision would be made by the Supreme Lord, and he would have taken the call, and he could have killed the Vrishasura, and then he could have got the, instead of waging all this war, he could have avoided, and then he could have, because Lord also created Indra for ruling this, that is taking care of the administration portion. No? So he will not do that. He could have protected him because he is totally surrendered. Are you seeing any sorrowful total surrender by Indra to Lord Supreme Lord? He went for that opulence only, Artha. Correct, na? Not artha. So we need to analyze, Prabhuji. So
it's a discussion part. Okay, Mataji.
yeah. So we need to analyze
But
everything.
Vishnu plan this all there. He knows
Everything
that he will get a
we are also
Brahmana.
acting. We are also acting as per the Vishnu's plan.
Yeah.
But the small freedom he has given to take the decision is our plan. Okay, choice which path we want to go. That
That is in Bhagavad Gita says that.
Yeah. Yes.
If you want to go this way or that way,
Yes.
that choice is given.
Same
Swalpa
choice
dharma.
Indra also took. He could have become a devotee, surrendered to Supreme Lord in front of him, and then he could have, even though Brahma has given the advice, he could have gone and spoken to Brahma. He has spoken, and then that time, what is your will? As per your will, I will accept. If you are surrendered like that, certainly he wouldn't have been told to go to Dadichi Muni and take these bones, and then with Vishwakarma's support take that Vajrayudha and then prepare that and then go and wage the war and kill him. Because he was inclined to the material opulences. The side effects of material opulences also we have to accept it actually. Every action has its own reactions. It may be sinful, it can be guilty also. So then he has to pass through. So that is same rule we are also getting applied now. So and what is that? He is also on the material platform, only in the different loka. One we are in the earthly platform and he is in the Swarga loka. Then only the location is different, responsibilities are different. That's it. Jiva is Jiva only. He is also Jiva Tattva only. The person who is in the reached that qualification only will be in the Indira, will become Indira. So there is nothing great, anything in this material world, Prabhuji. That's what we need to conclude here. And everyone should abide to the as per the will of the Lord. That we are not analyzing. So yes, we respect Devatas because they are situated in the
Higher planets.
Higher planets.
With some mystic
The
powers.
platform is Sattva platform because we are in the majorly on the Rajo and Tamasic. We are not into that Sattva, not everyone. Maybe some 5% out of 100%. 95% we are on the that is Rajo and Tamas Puna only. So, but they are all situated in the Sattva. They know when you go to Sattva platform, you will be able to analyze properly. But still he was anchoring for what? His position and opulence. Right? So that is the wrong intention. Even if we are inclined to position and opulence, we also have to pass through the same thing. There is a general rule only. There is nothing, rules are not deviated. So the Lord has given the strict rules. So we have to abide. Whether it is ant or a Brahma, same thing only. So nothing.
Yes.
Okay. So we should understand that perspective. So then it will go correct. Okay. If Indra could have totally surrendered to Lord and then instead of getting the bones of the Dadichi Muni, that is also not required. Correct, na? He left the body to sacrifice himself. So, and then that also he could have avoided. And then Vrikshasura's killing, let it happen as per the will of the Lord. Lord can only take the call. Instead of he killing and then getting into the problems. So why he was inclined towards the material thing? Obviously, he would have got the material thing if he has given the decision as per the will of the Lord. Because he took the decision to get the throne back and he asked for the solution and he was into that entanglement. So once you are getting into the entanglement and then the outcome of the entanglement, whatever action you have performed, you have to pass through, whether it is a good or bad. That's it. It's a very simple formula for us. We are also applying on day-to-day life. Are we not coming to know with little realization if you have done some mistake? 100%. At least we are in the association for 4 plus years here. Maybe before coming to Krishna conscious, we wouldn't have put our mind whether we have done right or wrong. But we always argue. But now we are thinking whether really we did right or wrong, or we have hurt someone here. Are we not thinking? So we being a human, very, very insignificant when compared with the powers of Indra, we are also thinking. Then he being in that position and situated on the platform of Sattva, he should have analyzed that. So that one thing, that's what yesterday Vinman Mataji was very nicely explaining. Everything we have to think. Think before the action we are performing. And then reality, what is the situation? We have to understand the inner part, not on the external background only. So we should see in that way. Then while doing only, if you are coming to know something we are doing wrong means you should stop there. And then asking for forgiveness is not a wrong thing. So we should not feel humiliated and all. If you have done a mistake, it's good as to wrong. That is a
Indra is not that wise,
forgiveness
Mataji.
is
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indra is not that wise because he used to commit mistakes, several mistakes
But-
like in previous instances also.
Yeah.
Like, take instances, Viswarupa is a Brahmin. You know that he killed him. Again, the sin, again, for that remedy he will find out. He distributed the sin to 4 places. It's all that. But discussion point, okay, why I'm arguing like this? Not argument, say to realization. As a human being, from this, what is the take-home point is that we should aware of that point. But if you take that point, otherwise Vishnu has to find another solution. Maybe he has to take another person. But that's why he has not given that wise this thing or wisdom to Indra. That's why maybe, okay, another Mata is waiting. Please, thank you. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk to you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prananandini Mataji, please, Mataji. Please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. One question for me. Actually, I was thinking, Mataji, that both were devotees. The Hiranyakasipu and Hiranyaksha, they were also devotees of Lord. And now Chitraketu also devotee of Lord. So how could it happen that Chitraketu, in the form of Dhutrasura, was in the consciousness of pure devotion, and while Hiranyakasipu and Hiranyaksha, they got that demonic consciousness. How it happened, Mataji?
I think we know this. When punishment has to be given as decided by that means Narayana in Vaikuntha Loka. Even Kumaras also, after taking the darshan of the Lord, they want to forgive Jaya Vijaya for their action. But still, Lord insisted in giving punishment. Correct, na? Small punishment. Wherein multiple births, that means more births they have to take if they want to be devotee only. Or if they want to have a less birth, that is only 3 times, forgetting the Lord.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They're forgetting means obviously in the Ashura form, they will have that Ashura qualities only. Na? So here that conscious is not there. Wherein Vrikshasura, he being a pure devotee, that pure devotee consciousness was there. That's the reason. That is the difference. Both are demand, and then here both were devotees only. That is also there because Jaya Vijaya are also devotees of the Lord, and Chitraketu also devotees of the Lord. Wherein the difference is what? In the consciousness.
Yeah. Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other realizations would like to share? Anyone would like to share? Hare Krishna. So silent. Sakti Avasti Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, it requires a lot of humility to withdraw up. When you realize you're wrong, then you go back and say sorry. Of course, that is what we all have to achieve. That's what I think we are taught. The extreme humility to accept in front of the opponent, So,
and one more thing, if we come to know that we are making a mistake and troubling them, we should stop. Whether they are good or bad is second, but we should stop.
We should stop. Yes. And that is, sometimes the human may arrogance hota hai, and that is the problem that all these issues they continue.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, Subbarao Prabhuji, you want to speak? Prabhuji, you are unmuted.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Only what the reflection I got was that Indra also in Sattva-guna, but not in Suddha Sattva-guna.
Yes. If he has been in the platform
And Suddha Sattva-guna is the ultimate thing to be on the path of reaching Vishnu. Whereas Sattva-guna still has a combination of Raja-guna and Avandhan. Suddha Sattva-guna only, we don't have any combination of Raja-guna.
Yeah, correct.
So,
these 3 modes will be always doing competition to execute. Correct, na? So it is like 3 ropes tied by
Sattva also. Always there is a combination. Sattva, Raja, Raja, Tamo, Raja, Sattva, Tamo, like that.
Yes. Even though
that may be the lesson, I think.
Yeah, person in the Sattva Guna, the fall down is there. But problem is it is not like Rajo or Tamas. Okay, the percentage will be less because they will know what is the wrong and right. In the conversation only we are able to see na last chapter Indra how he was able to realize that Vrikshasura being a devotee, he was able to identify. So and above three modes only is the that is Suddha Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva, where in that place that platform is where when we attain the God consciousness. Actually. Okay, they would have realized God, or they would have taken darshan of Lord. All those things will happen. A person, but Sattva platform is the platform to get to the Suddha Sattva platform. Without reaching Sattva, we cannot. Correct.
Yes, yes.
Already he is in the Sattva, he could have achieved, but he didn't try it out. Okay. Hare Krishna.
That's why that realization God gave him later to go and hide and try to again.
Yes. But God, that means the Supreme Lord never leaves. Okay. He was given that, even though he was inclined to that for the material opulence and position, still that realization has to be given to the devotee, because he is also a devotee, but not that purified. So, but that option has been given for realization. Even we are also sailing the same boat. Okay, we also do some devotional service, but not that purified. Correct? Na? That means our actions are not that purified. Because of that, we do mistakes. And all these, what is that, limitations we are having, imperfect senses and prone to do mistakes. With this thing, we are also doing actions unknowingly, also many mistakes. Correct? Na? But many places we'll get some realization, and so that we can avoid in future. So those realization has been given by the Supreme Lord to think by the mercy of the Guru Parambara and all. So one should realize that and not to repeat. That's very important. That is the lessons learned, which will help.
In fact, he has used Indra to release that demonic form of Vrittasura. But also Indra realized at the end for what he has fought for, that he doesn't want, he wants to go on hibernation.
Yes. Yes. Because he don't know where to now pass all the things. So he cannot avoid it. Already he has passed very beginning once. So now he has to only pass through. That he also knows. So that's it. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining.
But in case of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipa, that is the plan of the Vishnu to have exhibition of his Virya Rasa. He has used them to show his Virya Rasa. That is the objective. They are sustained as demons and fight with him.
But the
and made them released back to Vaikuntha within 3 janmas.
Yes.
Otherwise, he gave a choice, have 7 lives and be very sadhus and then come back to me, or have 3 lives and being against me, you can come back.
Yes. Its choice was given and they opted, they cannot see the separation of the Lord. So many births. So they want to cut short the number of births and then they took the option for 3 births.
That's why they could not maintain that Siddha Sattva in next janma. Whereas Vrittasura, for his no fault of mine, it's a simple mistake of and Parvati's curse he had. So that things are continued.
Yes.
Siddha Sattva Guna.
Thank you all for joining. And
ultimately, we have to go to Siddha Sattva. That is the main lesson, what I feel. If you have to go to Vishnu or Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining. Okay.